Hey there, Cosmic Warriors, and welcome to this live reading session with me, Hannah. So I am just going to wait a moment to see who joins. Let's see. We do have someone who has booked in, so thank you very much. I hope I am pronouncing your name correctly. Nada. I'm just going to wait a second because no one has even tuned in, so I want to make sure that you're here. Hello to you, Sun Sakar. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. So, and as for Sin City, both of you, hi to Sin City, and to Sun Sakar. In order for me to read your chart, the option is down below. To do that, there is the link to book for this live reading session. Thank you so much. And then, is it you? Is it you, Nada? Is that you? Thank you very much for your feedback, Sin City. I'm glad that you are enjoying the channel. I am going to load Nada's reading chart. Let me see. Give me a moment. Oh, I need to do something. I need to adjust the information. Oh, hi to Nada. Welcome. Hi. And hello to you, Nadine. Welcome. Thanks for being here. And then also for Amrit, basically, in order for me to read your chart today, you have to go through the link below. And we're going to be starting off with Nada's chart. Thank you for tuning in, Nada. Just give me a moment, please, whilst I load your chart. Oops. Let's see. Getting it ready. And in the meantime, Nada, do you have any area you would like me to focus on? Do you have a question you would like answered? Anything like that? Excuse me. I make the mistake of eating before I come on, but then again, I do have to have my dinner, so it's just the way it is. Okay. Let me see. Nada, if you do have anything you would like to know about, any areas, you didn't ask a question. Okay. Unsolved real estate and career prospects. Or are you meaning career prospects or career prospects there? You're an artist in publishing. Okay, so these themes to do with direction overall, what could be up ahead for you, things like that. Real estate, property stuff, home stuff, okay, creativity things. You are an artist in publishing. All right, no problem. Give me a moment to look at your chart. And then also I want to say to everyone who is watching, business. Okay, no problem at all. Business prospects. Everyone who is watching so far, that if you would like to book a full session with me, you will receive 22% off by using the code GamePlayer at checkout. Yeah, so you can do that by going to my website, hannahselsewhere.com. And I know that some of you have booked over the past day or so. So I will get back to you very, very soon. Yes, I'll get back to you with confirmation emails and everything. So thank you for your patience. And for now, I'm going to focus on Nada's reading. Thank you, Nada. So yeah, business things, artist and publishing, okay, and then real estate things. Give me a moment, please. Thank you. Let's have a look. Right, so what I am going to say here, Nada, is that the way the planets are looking right now is that your business sector of your chart, your career sector, your professional area, it's pretty active, okay? Pretty active right now. So you might feel like you have so many goals, or it's that you have so much passion to want to start something new. Here is the thing. There will be the new moon in Capricorn, which will happen on the 18th of January. Yes, on the 18th of January at 28 degrees. So toward the end of your 10th house there. And what I'm going to say here, Nada, is you could be feeling this sense of urgency right now to want to go after these new plans of yours, to maybe want to start a new project, a new plan, to go after a new goal. We see that available. This is the type of vibration that is currently present in your chart. Now, I want to mention then that the important thing to do is to consider, is this a manageable change for you? Maybe ask yourself, where is this new intention coming from? And could it also be suggested that it's tied to a dream of yours? Yeah, I'm getting from this because with Saturn being in your 12th house right now as well, and it's coming toward the end of the 12th house, it's there with Neptune. We see this frequency of desire, fantasy, longing. Longing could be a big thing here. We also could look at this through the lens of your art, right? Because you do have the moon in Pisces in your 12th house, and it's making a trine to Saturn in Scorpio. So we see here your determination to want to create, and you, I think, are able to get into a pretty good flow state. Now, this is where I think maybe it's important for you to reflect during this time. Because what could come up, especially with so much Capricorn happening, it's this massive wave of Capricorn energy. What could come up would be the likes of the shoulds and the musts. So I want you to maybe think about, reflect upon how a new project or a new plan can actually be executed, how it can actually be managed, how it can be doable for you. Maybe take some time to consider if such new projects or experiences could possibly interrupt this flow state of yours, or if it is that you feel like you are at a point in your journey where they have clicked into place, things do make sense. You've maybe put in a lot of effort and work right now. Your foundations are pretty strong. That could be where you do feel this call to action. And so, yeah, the new moon in Capricorn says, plant a new seed with intention there. So we do see these interesting new developments, I think, when it comes to this artistic approach. So feel into that and see really how that relates to you and your story. Now, there's a couple of more things that we want to add to this, because the other thing is Saturn will move into Aries. Neptune will also move into Aries. They'll both be there by around February this year. Saturn rules your 10th house of career, business, and everything. And then Neptune does rule that 12th house of the imagination, right? Again, your moon is in Pisces, so we do see this as you being able to get into a really great artistic flow, very expressive perhaps. I mean, you've got Mercury also in Leo, and it's in the 5th house of creativity and creative expression, self-expression. Yeah, that combination, I think, does suggest to me that you love to create. You love to get your feelings and your emotions out in such magical, beautiful, delicious ways, right? Okay, so like I'm trying to get at here, with both of those planets moving into Aries come February time, I mean, that could be where there is a type of new beginning or a new chapter to do with this new artistic approach, right? You said about you're currently in an artist in publishing, and I find that interesting because Uranus is in the 9th house of publishing in your chart. And so we could look at this through a lens of you possibly wanting to try something new, or there could be a breaking free influence present. There could be a thing where you know that you want to be able to do things your way. I mean, it could be a case of greater independence up ahead for you. That could be something that you gravitate toward. Again, see how these new frequencies and vibrations coming up ahead, how they really speak to your path, what you want. Maybe it is that you, because I can hear this, I can feel this, I guess, in your message. And maybe it is that you really are itching to want to start something new or move toward a different path. And maybe that does involve breaking away from some type of publishing role, or it could be a case of just innovating within where you already are, right? You could also do that. But the point is that the frequency that will be really very present for you is that of independence and leadership. With Saturn, there can be that slow and steady build, of course. There's that sort of contraction present. And therefore, in Aries, it could be this thing of, okay, take it step by step and try to be patient with the process. Try to not run before you can walk, so to speak. But you know what? With Saturn being with Neptune at the very beginning of this transit, things could feel pretty exciting in a way where, yes, this is the dream, and there's that longing. And maybe you can actually put in the work to make your dreams a reality for yourself. But it is a case of how you want to feel into that and the kind of ways that you can be proactive with that too, right? Okay, let me also consider this sort of real estate side of things. We have a couple more minutes. Interesting. So Jupiter is currently retrograde. It'll turn direct in the next coming weeks or so. I think coming into February or March or something like that. But with Jupiter being retrograde right now and aligning quite strongly with the Sun and Mars, I mean, Mars could very well be that you're someone who owns property, or maybe, well, Sun as well highlights that, right? You could be some kind of authority or a leader or a boss, or it could be a case of you're trying to manage maybe family stuff, family property, housing situations could just be pretty active for you. And with Jupiter being retrograde, I think in a way that can be quite beneficial because this gives you an opportunity to maybe go over certain things to do with, well, the whole process of this housing property situation, maybe extra paperwork or having to go over maybe certain emails from different parts of the world, right? I think about international information getting back to you. So stay with that in a way, maybe, and try to embrace this Jupiter retrograde perhaps from a place of you're learning, right? You're gonna continue to learn, and it's through that learning process that you can then grow later. So whenever Jupiter eventually does turn direct in the next coming weeks, maybe we could see some sort of movement, but that movement also is able to move in a way where you feel more in control of it, maybe because of the ways in which you can be proactive right now. Yeah, that's what I'm going to say, Nada. There's more that I could share. There's more that I could say. However, we are out of time. That is your reading. That's the 10 minutes. Thank you very, very much, Nada. Again, if anyone is interested in booking a full reading with me, you can do so by going to my website, hannahselsewhere.com, and you will receive 22% of my services by using the code GAMEPLAYER. All right, thank you. Nice. Okay, so Sin City, you also booked a reading. Thank you very much. Amazing. Thank you. And again, thank you so much, Nada. I am now going to load your reading here, Sin City. Right, let's have a look. Let's get everything loaded. Go. Okay. Robert. All right, Robert. Thank you very much. Let me grab your information. You are very welcome, Nada, and I'm wishing you all the best. Yes, I hope everything turns out really well for you. And just remember that you are the player of your chart, right? Yes, I can help give you the coordinates, but ultimately it is you who holds the controller. Be open to what is up ahead, right? Try and remain in the present. Try and take each day as it comes. Okay. Let's have a look. Should be. Oh, no. I think it did say that, yeah. Oh, no, it said that. Okay. Brilliant. Okay. Let's see, Robert. I'm going to grab your chart. Also, Robert, do you have a question or an area you would like me to focus on at all? So to Amrit, I only just saw your message there. How much is it for one birth chart reading? So for a 10-minute live reading here during this session, it is £25. It's all down below. Sorry, I keep looking over. It's because I'm looking at my phone in case there are updates. Yeah. So there you go. That's how it works. It's pretty straightforward. I mean, you just go to the link and it has the amount there, and then you can fill in your information. I need your time of birth, your place of birth, and your date of birth. And I do hide that information so it's not shown. A little bit more. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, Robert, let's have a look. You're trying to find your confidence to make your art feel so, to make your art, you feel so far behind. So, another sort of creative question. I feel like so many people that book readings with me during these sessions are creative people. I love it. Love to see it. Okay. Let's have a look here, Robert. I'm just double checking I have your information entered incorrectly, because I don't want to start in case it's not correct. Yeah, that's right. Excuse me. Yeah, definitely. Okay. No problem. Okay, I am going to take a look at your chart and then I am going to get into it. Just to let you know, I don't really look at the comment section whilst I'm reading charts. It's mostly because I don't want to be distracted. But if there is anything else that I notice, then I will answer or try my best to keep up with it. Oh, no problem. So let me read your question one more time. You're trying to find your confidence. You're trying to find your confidence to make your art. Am I going to release this video? Yes, it's going to be here. The lives are saved automatically, and then that means that anyone who wants to rewatch their live session, they can. And I put the dates on them as well. So then you'll know, okay, well, it was on the 15th of January this happened, and you'll be able to locate it fine. Yeah. Okay. So let's see. Creativity, art, confidence. You feel like you are far behind. That's interesting. You feel like you are far behind. Okay. Well, let's begin. Okay. Interesting. I'm noticing actually I'll scratch what I was going to say. I'm just going to focus on you, Robert. Let's begin. Basically, we have the new moon in Capricorn coming up on the 18th of January. And that new moon will happen in your 5th house of creativity and art and self-expression. At the same time, we also see that your chart ruler, which is Mercury, it is located in Leo. It is retrograde in the 12th house, and then you have the sun in Leo in the 12th house. So what does this all together mean? What does it suggest about these types of energies that you're working with around this time? Well, one, I would say that this upcoming new moon in Capricorn could be a quite beneficial new moon for you personally, because it could be an opportunity for you to perhaps plant a new seed of intention to do with your art. But I think that what you could perhaps reflect upon for yourself too is that of where is the intention coming from? Is the seed that you want to plant for the future about maybe progressing in some way to do with your art? Is it coming from a place of you have to, you must? Is it coming from a place of fear? Possibly from a place of guilt, because if you don't do this thing, then you'll feel like you're falling behind. How can we get you into a place where you actually feel somewhat like, yes, you can do this? And I do, to an extent, think that with Jupiter making a sextile to this upcoming new moon on the 18th of January, right? Jupiter's in Pisces, that could very well highlight this inner knowing, this intuitive approach, really feeling into this process. Even I would say with Saturn and Neptune finishing up in your 7th house right now, I think that this could be a case of there could be a healthy sense of realism, a healthy feeling of practicality as well, and maybe not letting yourself get too carried away. Now, at the same time, maybe in some ways it feels a bit like the pressure is on. That could be a thing where you feel like there's so much pressure right now, you feel confined, you feel restricted. And maybe, you know what, it could be a case of where do you go from here? That could be another question that you're considering. But I do want to say that this doesn't mean that you are you are confined, really. I think that this is more about the perception of confinement. It's about the illusion of confinement, and that you're more free and you're more capable than you think, right? So this leads me on to another thing, and it brings me back to how you have the Sun and Mercury retrograde in Leo. Right. The 12th house is so much about the person we are behind the scenes. So when nobody else is watching us, my goodness, Robert, you have so, it feels like to me, you have so much creativity. You might be the type of person who just lets all of that creativity flow whenever you're alone. But then the thing is it's a question of how do you behave? How do you act whenever other people see your creativity? Maybe that's not the point, of course. Maybe for you, it's not really about other people, but there could still be maybe this energy, this frequency of the moment that others observe you or see you, you sort of you get tense. There could be like a tension that could happen. And then I also can't help but think that we see you being your own worst inner critic. You mentioned a really interesting thing about feeling like you're falling behind. I think that that was the sort of choice of words that you used. I could be wrong there. I do apologize if I am, but that kind of feeling, I think it's something that could have been passed on to you perhaps since childhood. There could have been maybe certain words that were said to you that you internalized and you took on as your own. But I find it really fascinating how things are aligning for you, because the North Node is eventually going to line up with your natal North Node in Virgo, and then it will move into Leo. So what does this mean? There could be this changing of scenery where the vibrational pattern shifts, and the vibrational pattern shifts to that of you challenging these thoughts, these ingrained thoughts to do with confidence, to do with creativity, to do with maybe other people seeing you shining, seeing you confident, enjoying life, being yourself, right? This could be a pretty powerful shift in consciousness, in your own understanding of yourself. Yeah, there could be that type of vibrational availability up ahead for you. Though, back to the new moon in Capricorn, because this is more present, this is more current for you. Yeah, this could be your opportunity to possibly set these new intentions, or more so, actually, just to be more reflective, to reflect upon what you've already done. Like, what I'm going to is, how many hours have you put into your creative process? I feel like this whole thing to do with falling behind in life, whilst it feels so real, it feels so real that it's often it's not, well, it's not the truth. It's not the case. It's something that you might sort of convince yourself of. But actually, if you truly look back and consider how far you've come and what has already been established, how your creativity and how your art has already grown, what you've built, this, I think, suggests that you can hopefully feel more at ease, knowing that this isn't a race, right? And that where you are right now is enough. It is enough. But what I'm also going to share is something else. So, whilst I think it is beneficial to know that where you are is enough, there is an interesting shift that will happen that will involve Jupiter. So, Jupiter will actually move into Leo around the summertime of this year. Jupiter rules your 4th house, your 7th house, and Jupiter's already in your 7th house. And then by the time Jupiter enters Leo, both Saturn and Neptune will have moved. So let's go over this for a moment, step by step. One, I think that any restrictive or confinement that you've been feeling to do with maybe clients, customers, to do with business partnerships, or maybe, hey, publishing agreements, things like that, or broadcasting outlets, things like that too, because Jupiter rules those things. So any confinements that you've been feeling to do with those very areas, they could start to fade or lift in some way. Or it could be that you're already tuning in. Hopefully you can tune in with a different perspective to sort of see, okay, well, what have you learned from this process of maybe greater discipline or waiting and patience, these kinds of things to do with relationships and partnerships, right? But still, they're going to move. They're going to move into a different sector of your chart. So then by the time Jupiter enters your 12th house and it moves into Leo, oh my word, it could honestly feel like the vibration will change to that of you overpouring with so much like beauty to do with creativity. What I get from this is this, oh my goodness, it's the childlike qualities within you. This Capricorn, right? All of the Capricorn right now can feel so heavy, or like things need to be taken so seriously. But we often notice that the more that we really do work with Saturn, and well, even people who have Saturn placements, when they do get older, they realize that life shouldn't really be taken that seriously. And that this is where I think the Leo part of you comes in, and how Jupiter will move into Leo. I think that will highlight play. Like when it comes to art, when it comes to creativity, how can you engage with it from a place of curiosity and freedom? My word, freedom. Tuning in with freedom. Now, you do have Pluto in Sagittarius in the 4th house. It's kind of near the IC. It's opposing the midheaven. So in this context, I wonder how much your freedom was possibly controlled or contained, or being made to feel like, oh, that's scary. Oh, you shouldn't really go into that unknown area, that unknown territory. I just wonder about the relationship that you have with feeling like you can expand and like you can really blossom and grow as a person. And maybe you have reflected on a lot of this, and you are at a point in your life where you don't really connect with this, what I'm saying right now. But the point is I do think that Jupiter moving into the 12th house throughout the year, that will almost open you up to a whole new way of seeing things, believing in yourself. Even Jupiter will align with the sun. And yes, it will oppose Uranus and Neptune, but that within itself, I think, speaks to innovation and changing how you do things and the systems of operations that you have. All of this, I find it quite exciting. And this is not me trying to get you to get your hopes up or anything. I'm just saying that these are the kind of frequency waves that are up ahead when we look at the planets and what they're doing. And then it's a case of how you can tune in with them. And maybe that is where you could very well change as a person. That could be where, even it could be where your relationships change too, because of course, even Pluto is transiting your 6th house. It's close to Neptune as well. Yeah. There's just something, what I get here, and I need to finish this, by the way. There is an unfolding process happening right now, and you might not necessarily see it right now, but it's happening. There's like an an unfolding of the playful, intuitive creator, and it's developing, it's growing. Yeah. I think the belief that you have in yourself could very well change or transform in some way. Thank you so much, Robert. I was trying to finish that there. I had to really stop it there because these are mini readings and I could go on, but I can't. Okay, so there we go. Yeah, that was within time. So we'll see if anybody else wants to book. It's okay if not. I feel like we're good. A couple of people have booked. I could probably go soon. Might wait until about 7 o'clock. We'll see. We'll see if anybody else books. And we'll go from there. I hope that was helpful, Robert, by the way. Yeah, of course, no problem. Definitely. Thank you very much. And I'm glad. I am happy to help. Thank you for booking. And who knows? Yeah, maybe we will work together again in the future. Good. I'm really, really glad it resonated. Yes. Good luck to you. I wish you all the best. Oh. Okay. Any tips on setting intentions? So I would say, because this is a Capricorn new moon, the intentions that you set, well, I think it's about making sure that, do you know what? Making sure that things are pretty anchored within you. And what I mean by that is to try and not rush into things, to try and not just rush into an intention or make it seem like it needs to be this larger than life thing. I think it's about really being honest with yourself about integrity and where these intentions are coming from in the first place. Is it about, is the intention about because you want a reward, or because you want status, because you want money, because you want recognition? And if that is the case, that's completely fine, right? If you want to be honest about that, then just, yes, use the new moon to do that, right? In Capricorn. But at the same time, I think I have something in my teeth. And I think it was there the whole time. Anyway, whatever. So, what was I saying there? Yeah, so that could be a possibility. But then at the same time, if you can try your best to set intentions more from a place of how can you just get better with each day? How can you enjoy the process of your creativity right now, rather than it being this pressure of it has to be the best, or it needs to be the most sort of experienced reflection of me, right? It's more about trying to get used to enjoying the very process. Yeah. And that, I think, speaks to how you can be so present just in the now with your creativity. And then that's the beautiful thing, right? Whenever we do that, if you can manage to do that, you do see that the rewards come anyway, right? the rewards, the recognition of Capricorn comes anyway. It comes as a result of those steps that you take, the efforts that you make. Yeah, I would certainly say that in a nutshell here, Robert, the intentions under the new moon in Capricorn, it's moving from a place of slow and gradual. And yeah, it's not about trying to race to the finish line or feel like you have to really get somewhere, you know? Yeah. Yeah, just have fun with it. Yes, that exactly. I love it. Have fun with it. That I think speaks to your Leo energy too, right? That's going to be so supportive to your sun, where that's so much about your vitality. Yeah, and then your Mercury, right? Mercury is in Leo. Of course, you do have the Virgo influence, and I know with your Virgo, you want to critique things, you want to perfect things, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that either. That's still a vibration that you hold, and I know in that way that you want things to be good. You want not even just good, but you want things to be great. So there's nothing wrong with that. But it's just a case of trying to take the pressure off a little bit, right? To engage with play. Yeah, yeah, play. Engage with play. Thank you again, Robert. Okay, let me actually check my phone and see if anybody else has booked. Because I might actually get going, because I am feeling pretty tired today. Okay. Yeah. Get out of your own way. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know it's hard. It's hard, but you can do it. You can do it. It's that the inner critic is the thing that can, I think the inner critic can really get in the way of the creative flow, the creative process. Because it's that sort of feeling of being trapped in your head. And then also it's kind of trying to let go of the expectations you have of how other people are going to see it, because that takes the joy out of it, that takes the fun out of it. Do you know what, I'm going to say this. I remember a few years ago I was working on the astrology guide, one of them that I made. It was my first sort of big astrology guide. It was 20 days to do with astrology to help people learn about it. And I remember speaking with someone at the time, Pisces individual actually. And I did say this. I said something along the lines of, I want people to like it. I just hope that it's good. I hope that when people read it, it really speaks to them and it helps them. And he stopped me and he said, but that's not your responsibility. You can't control how other people are going to read your work or see your work. It's not up to you. And I was like, yeah, you're right. You're right. And you know what it did? It took a lot of pressure off me. And yes, in hindsight, I do remember at the time that whenever it was released, and I did find myself being like, I just hope that it really does well. And I guess that is normal. It's okay to want things to do well, but still, it was about letting go of the outcome, is what I got from that. And so it's something that I try to do. I'm not perfect at it, but I try to let go of the outcome. So hopefully, what that Pisces individual shared with me can be passed on to you, Robert. um, Hello to Eva. Welcome to you. Hi, hi, hi. Thanks for joining. And hello to Moon Vibes with Mason. Hi, hi. Yeah, great insights from him, right? So good. Love it. I'm gonna say that, yeah, the whole thing to do with Pisces can be so wise, isn't that the thing? I've had some friends who are Pisces and they've been called wise. Yes. Um, of course, no problem, Robert. Thank you very much. Appreciate your time as well. And I do think I remember you, Moon Vibes with Mason. I think I remember you joining the other day. Did you not ask for the Sagittarius rising reading or something from the book? Or am I wrong? Maybe I'm getting you mixed up with someone else, and if I am, I'm sorry. I'm working with names that are on the screen. Okay, bye. Oh, jeez. I don't know what did I ignore? What did I ignore? Where am I? Oh, you said, sorry, my apologies. You said that your sun sign is Taurus and your moon sign is Scorpio. Anything special or awful there? I mean, that that question I find, I mean, yeah, it's just something that I wouldn't even be able to answer. I feel like it's a much more complex thing than me saying that it's awful or special. But anyway, thank you very much for viewing and for watching. And in order for me to answer questions and things, you have to go to the link below. So yeah, okay. I was right, okay. No problem. Okay, give it maybe a couple more minutes and see if anybody else is wanting to book during this live reading session. You know what? I am looking forward to sunnier, brighter weather because it means I can have the light coming through, the natural light. I wonder if there's anything else I can show you like I've been doing before. If there's anything different. Maybe I can show whilst I'm waiting to see if anybody else wants to book during the session. I'm gonna give it maybe 5-10 minutes. Yeah, let's see. Oh. Sure. Okay, I have this book here. It's all about tarot. It's a very good book. I love how descriptive it is, how practical it is. Oh, I just opened it and landed on the 5 of Wands, so I feel like it's quite fitting. Okay. So, some questions it says of 5 of Wands and you. It says, how competitive are you? Can you think of a group of people whom you find it difficult to work with? Oh my gosh, what struggles are you currently facing and why is it important that you continue to keep fighting? Can you think of a situation where it might be more helpful to work with a group rather than against it? Oh, I like that. Yeah. Collaborative process. Yes, collaborating with others. That's what I get from that. Teamwork, yeah. Teamwork makes the dream work. It does indeed. There's the Tower card as well. Strength card. I quite like the Strength card. Oh, no. This way. It's all very blurry. Do you need to be physically fit to be strong? What or whom do you need to stand up to? What part of yourself needs to be suppressed? How can a gentle approach be more effective than an aggressive reaction? Yeah, yeah, I like that. Rather than an aggressive reaction. I feel that. Inner strength, courage, conviction, mastering base desires. Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay, I think I'm gonna go because nobody else is booked, but that's okay. We got 2 people who booked today. So I'm gonna get going. Thank you very much to those of you who did book during the session. I am gonna get myself going because I want to go and get tea and chocolate and stuff like that. But maybe I will be back over the weekend at some point. Who knows? We will see. And I hope that you have a lovely rest of your day.